One of my kind friends was kind enough to give me some edibles. Maybe she's been watching my YouTube, probably the very few that are. Um, Nice and buzzed, but just thinking, like, I've talked about, like, recently learning disabilities and all that kind of stuff. And looking at how society is going right now, what's going on with Trump. I know everybody, like, I hate talking about politics. I've never talked about politics as much on any of my YouTube channels than I have recently. But it's like having learning disabilities and being trans and being on the spectrum and having all these things. It's it's almost like the world is just uh you know like the attacks on people with disabilities, the attacks on people that are trans. A lot of them also autistic and have learning disabilities. It's I don't know. I was going to talk about um, feeling isolated. It's so easy to like feel isolated when everything like this is going on. Um, and I think it's kind of comes natural to somebody that has disabilities or learning disabilities. It's like most of my life, the I was basically isolated. Like the only friends I had were through um, kids with like learning disabilities and then adults with mental illnesses. When I got older, like the main way I met anybody was through day treatment. And I think most of my friends I ever met were also, you know, but it's just so isolating sometimes. Like today, most everybody uses computers to communicate. And I remember when I was younger, um, being able to communicate on the computer was impossible for me because I wasn't able to read or write. Being an isolated person to begin with and not having that outlet until a certain point. I think it was in the late 90s, early 2000s when the first cheap voice to text programs started coming out. And then I finally was able to express myself on the internet. And YouTube, like it can be, I don't know. I don't know what direction I'm going now. We'll all be surprised. Let's see where this is going. Oh my God. I don't know, like, I don't know if this is an experience that everybody had. Like, I can easily say this is my experience. Okay. My experience in life mainly is an experience of isolation, depression and stuff like that. But I don't know if anybody else that has my same disabilities goes through the same things. And these days, what they're thinking. Like right now, it seems like the whole country is just turned against us. It's your learning disabilities, your inability to um, communicate and do things the way everybody else does, and your mental illnesses and you kind of stack that on top of each other, and it just there it's almost like Republicans are out to get us in every way. Like a lot of us are on disability and stuff like that, and they're cutting that. At the same time, they're making it harder for people with disabilities to get jobs. Like if this isn't literally made to, you know, go after people with disabilities, I don't know what. But it just seems like in the attack on the LGBT, the programs and all that, taking trans people out of everything, just making them disappear. They also are going after people with disabilities. What DEA or DI, whatever that stupid thing they hate is. DEI. Well, that also applies to people with disabilities. It gives us accessibility to certain things. And a lot of the programs, like when I went through trade school or technical college. Um, and a lot of the reasons why I was able to get through it was the programs that they had that allowed people with disabilities um, certain exceptions. Like I could go through the GED or my class uh, work on tape. So all the classwork I ever had was on tape. And, I even got around it on writing it down and all that kind of stuff. The only reason why I probably was able to get a GED and go through trade school was all these programs that made it simpler for us to do so. But I mean, Republicans are after those. It's it's incredible to me. It's just like they don't like anybody that is different in any way, including people with disabilities. I'm not going to go on all night about this, but tell me what you guys think down below, and on to the next one.